I'm Wesley Hillish.
And I'm Cora Hilbish. Today on WNHS News, we will be discussing the life of Chuck Slimmer and the effect that he had on our community.
Later in the show, we will be discussing the effect COVID-19 had on our local school systems. And we will be also interviewing some of our staff members here at West Noble and seeing how COVID-19 has affected them personally and professionally in their everyday lives.
West Noble coach who was hit by a drunk driver while riding his bicycle has died.
58-year-old Charles Slimmer was on life support for nearly a week.
Charles Slimmer was well known in the West Noble community. He was a longtime track coach and cross-country coach. He also taught social studies at West Noble High School. Police said he was riding his bike near River Road when he was hit by a U-Haul van Friday night.
How has this loss impacted the West Noble community?
It's like a vacuum almost. I was actually just thinking on my way into school today, it just hit me that he's not there and there will always be just an empty space because he was so much to so many people that nobody could ever fill the gap that he left.
Came in contact and been a positive influence with so many people in our community. I think that's evident when you looked at the memorial on the track. The number of people that turned out for that, and so many people that he's been almost a father figure to, was just huge.
He was something that a lot of people went to, whether you're students, adults. I mean, he's somebody that you could talk to and you could relate to, obviously, but he didn't get too high or too low on anything that he did. He would give you good sound advice, and a lot of times he'd just listen.
How has the employment at West Noble been affected by COVID-19?
That's a good question. Employment at West Noble, I'd say we've been lucky that we've always been kind of homegrown, and some of our teachers and some of those staff members, they're from the community. They're former students, that kind of thing. They live in the community, and so we've been able to withhold that pretty well. Where we're struggling is like with substitute teaching. I would say on a daily basis we are short subs, and so we have teachers covering for teachers, we have guidance department covering for teachers, and so I also know that they're having trouble with bus drivers as well, just making sure that that's filled as well. And I think some of that is because of COVID-19 and the fact that people are less likely to want to go in a room with 30 other kids. We lost some of our retired teachers who would normally do that. A lot of the times bus drivers are retired people who just want to fill in their day. And so those are two of the gaps that I would say we have because of COVID-19 in the employment sector.
What are some struggles that you face because of COVID-19?
As far as here in the school, I think some of the struggles that we've faced are just, the contact tracing part of it. Initially, it was, figuring out what the safest thing for, the students, the staff, and everybody else, as far as masking and not masking, just trying to make sure things were sanitized properly, the equipment was clean, things like that in the athletic department. So that was kind of our initial concern. There was so much that wasn't known, and we were trying to do our best to keep everyone safe.
Thanks to Tom Skimmelhorn and Chad Wilson for highlighting some of the issues that we face here at West Noble High School during the COVID virus.
Isn't it incredible to see how much our lives have changed since the start of COVID?
It truly is. All the things we've gone through and all the things we've overcome. Thanks for joining us today on WNHS News. I'm Wesley Hilbish.
And I'm Cora Hilbish. Have a good night.